What's happening, everybody? Happy New Year. Today is January 2nd, so we are now officially into the 2026. And I have officially finished Rising of the Shield Hero Season 4. Now, Season 4, just like Seasons 2 and 3, were wild short in my humble opinion. 12 episodes to me was not necessarily enough to tell the entirety of that story. I feel like I'll say it. I feel like a little bit of it was rushed, and I feel like they could have, especially. All right, so this season, this particular season, season 4, was pretty much about Raphtalia, and it was about now for me gaining power, so to speak, or influence, better word or choice of words. So there's this country, Cutinlo, where Raphtalia's family is from, and apparently her father was royalty, but he left there because of the attacks and assassinations happening because of the struggle for power. So eventually they pass away. Raphtalia ends up in the slave trade, and nobody from her country comes to help her out because, again, of the power struggle. So at this time, she doesn't want it at all. She's not even caring about royalty. She just wants to serve now for me and do that. And we all know she's in love with the tool. So that is what it is. This arc was interesting because Sedina and Shaldina, who replaced her when she left to go be with Raphtalia. When you see it, you'll understand that whole thing, and that was wild too. But I get that, So with Sedina leaving, there was a space open, and Shaldina, her little sister, stepped up into that, and guarded the emperor, who is this little kid who really has no idea what's happening. And there's this lady who's manipulating the hell out of him, who is actually in control of the country. And, they have to defeat her in order to save everything. So during this fight, a lot of things transpire, and Raphtalia's abilities grow. But there's somebody possessing that soul who happens to be the former emperor of Kitenlo, and Raphtalia has to defeat her, and does, but in doing so learns even more of the skills of the quote-unquote blessings and things that come from this country. So she does that, and they end up going back to Naofami's village, and that pretty much ends the arc and the season. Pretty much getting ready for the Phoenix to come, and all of that, and whatever else comes after. And of course, he now has at least the other two heroes, the bow heroes, with him, and Itsuki and Ren, the sword heroes, with him. Motoyatsu, he's there, but he's not. He's running around patrolling the areas, literally murdering any spy or anybody who's trying to infiltrate Naofami's lands. But he's going a little bit haywire, bro. Like, y'all gotta watch him. That dude is going nuts. And he actually attacked Queen Malty, Princess Malty, aka bitch, and like stabbed her up. So we know all that recompense is going to come back in season 5. Definitely looking forward to it. I just hope that, I'll put it like this. Season 1 was great because it was 25 episodes. It was enough that we could learn from what's going on in this world, but enough that it's not rushed. You can kind of vet out the stories a little bit better. I can kind of see why season 2 was 12 episodes. I don't believe season 3 or 4 should have been 12 episodes. I think they were covering so much in detail that, they needed those extra episodes to really iron out the story. I mean, because the whole thing about the king and his sister, now we realize Trash had a sister who went to Siltveld and hooked up with one of the demis, and that's how Atla and Fold came about. And so the king of Nelramark, excuse me, his niece and nephew are white tigers. That's crazy. So I still don't understand why he's mad at the shield hero at all about anything. None of this makes any sense yet. So hopefully season 5 irons that part out, along with continuing the story, get this thing wrapped up, and let's find out about the waves. We still know nothing about the waves. We're still preparing for wave beasts, but we don't know a thing about the waves themselves, why they're coming, where they're pulling people from, and why they're pulling heroes from different worlds to help their worlds. So hopefully season 5 will dive into that. The only thing is, I'm not seeing a season 5 slate for 2026. It's sounding like it might be 2027, so we may be in for a little bit of a long ride with this one. But again, guys, thank you for traveling with me on the journey, and I'll talk to y'all on the next one.